Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Movie League. Today we'll be reviewing the Cloverfield paradox, which was a bit of a surprise. Not what we were planning on doing this week, but
it was.
Yeah. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with the...
Definitely not what we were expecting.
No!
Considering the Cloverfield franchise, something we should mention, if we haven't mentioned before, obviously, is spoilers.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen any of the other Cloverfield movies, go out and watch them and then come back, please.
Yes.
So, Cloverfield 1, it was probably one of my favourite movies of all time, mainly for all the build-up that came out before it.
Mm-hmm.
So the marketing campaign, which was all very viral marketing style.
Yeah.
All J.J. Abrams, by the way, so this is a Bad Robot production, and still is. But yeah, he put a lot of like Easter eggs into everything that he ever did.
Yes.
So, for example, in the Cloverfield paradox, for people who already know about it, the Slusho brand. So Slusho is like a Slurpee basically that shows up in most of his movies and TV series. So for example, it showed up in Lost, showed up in the first Cloverfield movie.
I did not know that, hey.
And then showed up in the Cloverfield paradox as well as a little bobblehead and it had Slusho on it.
That's really cool.
So it even shows up in Star Trek as well, by the way.
Oh, what?
So when Uhura goes to order a drink at the bar in the first Star Trek movie that J.J. Abrams did, she asks for a Slusho.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so he does little cool things like that in most of his movies and TV series. So the first Cloverfield movie, with the marketing campaign, it was, like I said, very viral marketing. There was things hidden all over the internet, and you had to go out and find it. But it would always give you a clue, but never tell you what the movie was really going to be about.
Yeah. Kept you guessing.
Similar thing with Lost.
Yes.
So there was a lot of stuff online that you can go and search if you wanted to hunt for more information, and it always ended up giving you more questions than it did answers, which was basically Lost.
Yes.
But
very true.
Still a very, very cool concept.
With Cloverfield Lane, what did they do?
Well, I wasn't fond of the movie because I got bored fairly quickly. You obviously did love that movie.
Yeah.
You can talk about it then, because I don't have anything.
I just think it's impressive that they literally had 3 actors for the whole time in a bunker, and it just constantly kept you on edge. You just didn't know. I am a huge fan of John Goodman as well. I think he's great. And it just constantly kept me guessing whether he was going to be a bad guy or a good guy. And I was so, in this battle with myself because I could not accept him ever being a bad guy because it's John Goodman. I love him.
He kind of does get redeemed in the end.
Sort of, yeah. At least they gave him that, yeah. But at the same time, he's still a bad guy in that film.
Yeah.
It was such an interesting, the ending of that film was the best as well, because there was literally nothing that correlated between Cloverfield and that film until the last 5 minutes.
Nothing really linked it.
No.
Well, it still doesn't link it even in the 5 minutes, because Cloverfield ends completely different to what Cloverfield Lane does.
It does. But then I guess that kind of links us onto
the Cloverfield paradox.
Yeah.
Which was meant to be released at the cinemas, but interestingly enough, Netflix bought it at the last minute for $50 million and released it straight away.
Which was, again, I mean, sticking true to their marketing campaign. This one didn't even have one.
No one knew what it was going to be about.
We were all following The God Particle, which was its original title, and it was undated, so we didn't know when it was going to come out. And then they released the trailer at the Super Bowl, and then lo and behold, it was played after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, I kind of, considering the original Cloverfield's marketing campaign, I kind of feel like they didn't have that opportunity with this. But it's a completely different movie in that respect. So you wouldn't have done it any justice anyway. I've
read a lot of theories that say that it was a wiser financial option to just get it out rather than on Netflix, on that sort of media, rather than spending the funds to.
But it kind of looked like they
release it.
Spent more money in visual, all the visual.
Budget effects. For this one seems much higher than the other ones.
If they sold it for $50 million, how much did they pay for it? Because I thought the first Cloverfield movie, I was surprised it was $33 million the budget. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But this one seems like so much higher.
There's a lot more in it, yeah.
There was a lot more in visual effects. And
Yeah.
actors as well. Well-known actors.
Yeah.
So I was a bit surprised, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note.
Yeah, talking about the movie itself.
Yeah.
What did you think?
See, when I was watching it, I was like, this is awesome. Oh my god, it's a sci-fi movie. Like, yes, I'm a big fan of sci-fi. But then afterwards, after I saw... just as the film went on, I was just like, oh...
It kind of did drag on a bit. I mean,
yeah.
like, I liked the visuals. I already said that.
Yeah.
The acting, I mean,
Hamilton, the main
Hamilton's
actress.
story arc was a bit, I felt like, on the nose. Like,
yeah, she didn't really have anything to do with it until the last 15-20 minutes, where she, like, all of a sudden redeemed herself and was like...
The whole sad backstory, it always seems like there needs to be one in space for some reason. I don't know
Very
why.
true.
But I wasn't sold on it. It kind of felt like this movie felt very cheap narratively. It felt like the whole alternate universe and time travel and all this stuff. It just seems like a narrative ploy to explain things that you can't be bothered explaining or can't explain.
My opinion, in any film that delves into alternate realities, you know, time travel, anything like that, it has to be done to perfection. There cannot be any flaws. Like, Interstellar has set that benchmark for me, because I think that was pretty well done.
Okay.
Whereas this one, I was just like, what about that arm? Like, how did that arm get lost? And what were the worms doing?
Why was the arm riding? Why did the arm know?
Start, like, it had its own conscience, like... I
know, like, there's mysteries, but then there's also payoffs, and like, there's not any payoffs in this film, to me anyway. I mean, there was one that I would like to mention, was the fact that when they first realise that they're in an alternate universe and they're watching news coverage of the space station being submerged, that links back to the first Cloverfield. At the very end, if people stayed at the cinemas to watch it,
always stay.
Right after the credits, there's footage of the couple while they're on the Ferris wheel, and you see something in the background crash landing into the ocean like a shooting star. Yeah. And that's we're led to believe is a space station. And that's where it all links in. See,
like tiny things like that.
So that's what I saw it as.
Yeah.
But the monsters, like, that's not explained.
Very loosely.
I mean, in the first Cloverfield, in all the hints and clues that you found online, they were kind of saying that the monster was something that had grown. Like, it had been a microbe. And for some reason, that found it in the ocean, and it had grown. That's some of the theories that you find online. But you didn't see any of that in this movie.
No, whereas this one, just like, there was just one comment.
The paradox.
Yeah.
If it's opened...
Yeah.
There could be monsters or demons.
There was literally just that one line. That was it, yeah.
Yeah. Everything is not as it seems.
Yeah. Which, like, I appreciate that they tried to answer people's questions of where the monster came from in the first film, but it just didn't.
No, they didn't.
For some
reason, when you mess with time and alternate universes, you unleash monsters.
Yeah.
That's just...
And that explains all the other ones.
That's a known fact, everyone.
The other thing that I didn't enjoy is a very minor thing, but minor things count. The gun. You know how he 3D printed the gun?
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand where he got the ammo from. Did he then 3D print little bullets as well? Like, what was that?
No, well, he had the bullets. They were like little glass things that he had in his pocket. I'm not sure. I'll have to rewatch it, but...
I just thought that was weird.
He had bullets for no guns.
Yeah. So there was just so many little flaws. Like,
we have a cat, by the way.
Which we adopted. You adopted, so
I adopted
adopt, don't
cat.
shop.
Yes, exactly.
But there was just so many tiny little things, like little details. It's all in the details. And the thing that we were talking about before was, not in the video, that the first two films were so simple. They were so minimal, you know, they had a very small cast, they had, you know, not huge budgets. And sometimes less is more. Like, the second one was literally in a bunker, 3 actors. Simple. They don't need to ever do things super extravagant, especially in this franchise. They don't need to do anything overboard, which I feel like this film is.
It was like visually expositional.
Yeah.
You can see the cat right there, right there. Everyone, if you haven't, that's Luna. She's my cat. But anyway,
she'll make an appearance sometime.
She can. A little cameo. So, if you had to give the Cloverfield Paradox a rating, considering the history behind it, so the franchise so far, how many kernels would you give it? And just so everyone knows, we will eventually have the little graphic with the kernels here, and so explaining that rating system.
We're getting there.
It's going to be rated out of 10. We're going to have, so if you get 10 stars, or 10 kernels, sorry, you're going to have 10 little popcorn graphics at the bottom saying that they've popped. So we can say that movie popped for us.
Yes.
But if you get 5 and below, you're going to have those little really hard little kernel things that you break your molars on when you're at the cinemas. So, considering all that, what would you rate the Cloverfield Paradox?
When, like I said, when I was watching it, I really enjoyed it. The first, afterwards.
Yep.
But then the more I got to think about it, I was like, ugh. So, in saying that, I give it 4 kernels. So didn't even pop for me at all.
Didn't pop.
Just those little hard burnt bits at the bottom.
I'm going to be a little bit more generous. I'm going to give it 4.5.
Okay.
So it's going to be 4 burnt and a semi
like
almost popped.
Yeah. Just like one of the
kernel.
Yeah.
Or half one if you chopped it. So this was really, it was almost a molar breaker for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Almost. But look, I love the Cloverfield franchise.
Me
I
too.
hope that they can do it justice in the future.
I wonder if there will be any more.
Because I kind of feel like this was a bad end to a
Cannot be the end. They need to redeem themselves.
Yeah.
Somehow.
But that being said, thanks for watching, guys. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
all the support.
Subscribe.
As always, please subscribe so we can continue doing this. And yeah, continue watching and have a great week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.